Hey, it's Laurie McNaughton, the founder of Scale Up Business Solutions, and today I'm going to introduce you to what we would call a formula for change. I'm trying to remember exactly when I learned this. I think I learned a variation of back when I went to Tony Robbins Master University back in the mid 90s. And I also know that we learned this as part of our coaching training as well. And this is what motivates people to make change in their life. And so D times V plus FS is greater than R, or dissatisfaction times vision plus first steps is greater than your resistance to change. And so if you look at, I just put some numbers in there just to kind of give it a little bit more of an illustration. And that is, 10 times 10 plus 2 is 102. And if your resistance to change is 500, then it's less than the momentum that you'll need to make the changes that you need to change in your business. So what do we need to do? We need to up the dissatisfaction and up the vision. We don't necessarily need to change much about the first steps, because the first steps is about taking action and creating some momentum. So if you look here, I've put 30 times 30 plus 2 is 902, and that is greater than 500. So how do you up the dissatisfaction and how do you up the vision? Well, this I definitely learned through Tony Robbins. We went through a thing, I think he called it the Dickens, which is related to Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol, the Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. So the idea is, first of all, get aware with where you're at today in your business. And then you want to really look at the things that you're dissatisfied with. So maybe you not good at hiring, you're not good at training, you're not good at keeping good people. Your business isn't as profitable as it should be. You're working a lot of hours. You're frustrated. You're angry, stressed out, maybe a little bit anxious about the future. So you want to dial that up to a 10, to a level 10. So, how do you do that? Well, write down those things that you're most dissatisfied with. And then just for a minute, imagine that you're 5 years into the future and you changed nothing. You just kept doing the same thing that you're doing today. And you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're still working a lot. You're still angry. You're still frustrated. You're still anxious. You still got a ragtag team. You're still not profitable. You're still not making the kind of money you know you should have been making. You look yourself in the mirror, look at that image of yourself in the mirror. What do you say to yourself? And be honest with yourself. It's okay to, because what I want to do is really get you angry. I want to get you so flippin' mad in this dissatisfaction that you're going, I am not going to let that happen. I am not going to let that happen. So the next thing you want to do is the vision part of it. So sit back and think about, okay, so I'm dissatisfied with all these things in my business, but you know what? What I decided to do about it is learn what I need to learn in order to change those things. And I changed those things, and now they're all working the way that I dreamed they would when I started this business. Pardon me, I just need to get a drink. So you get really clear on that the success of this business. So you have a great team of people who are highly accountable, highly productive, getting things done. You got all these systems and processes in place so that the business runs basically on a day-to-day basis without you needing to be there. You became a better leader, a better communicator, and you were able to get people to dig down even deeper and maximize their potential, not for your reasons, but for their reasons. So you were able to help them become the best that they could be. And now you go back to that future picture and you say, 5 years from now, I did all these changes and here's where I'm at today. I got whatever, new home, mortgage paid off. I got nice toys. I'm able to take vacations. I take weekends off. I'm home for supper every day. I'm at my kids' sporting events, important parts in their lives. You're part of that thing. So now you've created a really wide gap. This is as wide as I get this gap without my hands going off the screen. So instead of your dissatisfaction and your vision being right here, which is not very motivating, you've made it this wide. And now you're going, Yes, now I know what I need to do in order to succeed at this level. Now you need to take a first step. So, what is the first thing I can do today? What is the first thing I can do tomorrow? And what is the first thing I can do this week to move me in the direction of my dream, in the direction of my vision for my company? And that becomes greater than your resistance to change. And you just get out and start doing it. And I promise you that once you start doing it, a lot of the fear and a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the things that are really not clear will start to melt away. Because one of the things that I've learned from my own personal experience and own personal life building a successful coaching practice is that once you create that level of clarity of what needs to be done, the anxiety or the fear starts to diminish, the stress starts to diminish, because now I'm clear on what I need to do in order to get where I want to be. Thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in learning more, there's I run some training once in a while. I'm going to put a link into the training. It's called the Business Reset. The first hour is going to be all about uh, why you become a bottleneck in your company, why your business depends so much on you and your company. The second hour is going to be about how do you build an accountable team. And the third hour is going to be about creating a 90-day plan. And I'm also going to put a link in there. So if you have a business that has a team between 5 and 40 people, you can book a discovery call with me, and we'll just have a quick conversation about the challenges that you're experiencing in your business. I'll talk about what some of the solutions are. And if we feel there's some energy and some synergy between us, we'll book a complimentary coaching session. And at that point, we'll dive down deep into your business to point out exactly what the challenges are, exactly what the causes of the frustration, the anger, all of that stuff, and we'll talk about the solutions. And if you're interested in working together, it can share you with some of the programs that I do. If you feel like, okay, I've got the clarity, I'm happy for you. So, thanks for listening. Click on either one of those links and either join us on this business reset and or book a complimentary coaching session. Thanks, and have yourself an awesome day.